integrity in government. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you today. I am proud to be an American. Freedom is not free. Would you not say that, Mr. Price and all the commissioners? I'm indebted to all those proud American patriots who have given their life so that I can have the benefits to love God, home, and country. Likewise, one's character is the basis for our liberty. It is not about power or politics, but our own integrity. Martin Luther King Jr., a man of honor and peace, said, "A nation or civilization that continues to produce soft-minded men purchases its own spiritual death on the installment plan." It is very disturbing to hear that Mr. Bruce Sherbet has resigned. As a past Democrat of this county, I feel that he was nudged out of his job. That begs this question: why? What or who has a political agenda to gain out of his job? I do not know this man, but I did receive my instruction packet from this office at a mandatory meeting for all county workers for this past polling precinct election. My first, I may add, in being in that capacity. In delivering his address, in my opinion, my impression was that of a person of integrity and honesty, not whether he was a Democrat or a Republican. Our vote is so very precious. Just remember the people, ink finger, in the Mideast who appreciate the value of their vote. At the end of one's life, God cannot be bought, but integrity, character, honesty, and love of one another are the keys to God's world. This past week, we celebrated Ronald Reagan's 100th birthday. Freedom is a God-given right. Voting is part of that process. As President Reagan stated, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in their bloodstreams. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or that one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States, where free men were free. It is my hope and my prayer that you will have the insight and integrity to consider what is best for Dallas. This is the first meeting that I have attended on such an important issue in the Commissioner's Court for 24 years. I appreciate your time.
Judge, James Michael Porter. I live at 5407 Deep Canyon Drive, Garland, Texas. Morning, Judge, Commissioners. I want you all to know first you're in my prayers. My name is James Michael Porter. My family generations in Texas go back to the 1800s. I was raised in Mesquite and now live in Garland. I'm a Christian and not ashamed to call on the name of Jesus Christ. I love America, the state of Texas, and my lifelong home of Dallas County. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, the owner of JMP Consulting Group, and a real estate broker. I'm a conservative constitutionalist, a Tea Party coordinator, a 2010 poll watcher, and the Republican chairman for Precinct 2146. First, I want to thank you, Commissioner Dickey, for your efforts to rectify this injustice. Sadly, we have come to expect covert actions like the one used to remove Bruce Sherbet from the present global embarrassment of our White House administration. It is now apparent we can expect the same strong-arm tactics from Dallas County officials. The court's actions initiated on or about the 25th of January 2011 is reminiscent of the cowardly and corrupt measures used in our nation's capital on Christmas Eve of 2009 to usher in the unconstitutional health care atrocity, also against the vast will of Dallas County voters and the American people. How long do politicians think they can govern against the desire and rule of the people? As Dallas County has a $56 million budget shortfall, why not take time to address ways to curtail spending, balance the budget, and reduce taxes to help create more business opportunity? Instead, proposed is the wasting of money and more valuable time and hundreds of thousands of dollars on a fictitious national search for another elections administrator, when in fact the court has already chosen this new puppet. Could the actual problem be that fair elections are a threat to this court's agenda? Bruce Sherbet held that office 23 years, 24 years, and is still very popular. He is nationally recognized, has an exemplary record, he is impartial and endorsed by Republicans and Democrats alike. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't understand how we can railroad Bruce and turn around this weekend and give the key to the city to a convicted felon. Unbelievable. It is imperative we take this country back for our posterity, and we have to start by cleaning up our own house first. To that end, we will no longer allow the deceitful Chicago-style political tactics and thuggery which have taken root in Dallas County to remain unchallenged. The people of America, and especially Texas, are now politically awake and watching every move the national, state, and county government makes. And we are both offended and disgusted with what has become the norm. We refuse to stand down any longer. Remember, the eyes of Texas are upon you, and there will be a day of reckoning. The Bible warns in Numbers 32:23, be sure your sin will find you out. Thank you for your time. God bless Texas. Semper Fi.
Virginia Fleckenhall. Mr. Larry Weiner is next.
Virginia Fleckenhall, 4020 North MacArthur. Okay, thank you. Virginia Fleckenhall, 4020 North MacArthur Boulevard, Irving, Texas. I'd like to talk about the commitment of the newly elected judge and our concerns about voter fraud. A trusted and respected election administrator has been removed from his job of 24 years. We want to know why, and we have the right to know. I reference the Texas Public Information Law and the Texas Open Meetings Act, available on the Attorney General's website. Under the fundamental philosophy of the American constitutional form of representative government that adheres to the principle that government is the servant and not the master of the people, it is the policy of this state that each person is entitled, unless otherwise expressly provided by law, at all times to complete information about the affairs of government and the official acts of public officials and employees. The people in delegating authority do not give their public servants the right to decide what is good for the people to know and what is not good for them to know. The people insist on remaining informed so that they may retain control over the instruments they have created. The provisions of this chapter shall be liberally construed in favor of granting a request for information. There are also strict rules regarding information about an employee, especially a significant employee. As it regards the dismissal of an employee, the Act allows an executive or closed session to discuss various aspects of employment. But in the end, any final action by the governing body on a personnel matter must be taken in open session. An official faces potential criminal penalties if such closed gatherings are used with the intent of circumventing a discussion of public business at an open meeting. The performance review never took place because he signed a pre-written resignation letter, therefore eliminating the need for that closed-door session. I propose a public meeting in the immediate future which informs the public the policies and procedures of elections. We have the right and the need to know before the elections so that we know things are being done in a transparent manner. Judge Jenkins has given his commitment to transparency in government. We've not seen it here. These are the words from the Dallas Morning News Voter's Guide of 2010. He used the word transparency 10 times. He's a member of Highland Park United Church, life member of the NAACP, longtime advocate and supporter of the Southern Poverty Law Center, member Dallas Bar Association, president Dallas Trial Lawyers Association, immediate past president Dallas Democrat Lawyers Association, 2008 Texas Director of Voter Protection for the Obama campaign. I think you understand why we are concerned about voter fraud. We don't want any
Thank you, ma'am.
voter fraud. Thank you.
Mr. Williams, if you could, just for our record, make sure to state your address.